Look at that bad boy. There. So, I'd like to say a personal thank you to anyone who has so far donated toward my legal fund. If you didn't catch up on my live stream yesterday, I have a case coming up on the 14th of February where I'll be taking Cambridgeshire Police to court to sue them for the harassment and persecution of my children. Anyone who wants to watch that video, just put in Tommy Robinson Children on YouTube. You'll see an unbelievable video. A video that will really shock you about what the police think they can do to innocent families having a family day out. Sort of actions they'd never take against Muslims. Now, so I feel that I have to prosecute them so that other police forces don't feel they can continue to do this to my family when I'm out on private days out. Also, I have another case coming up at the High Court that's been ongoing for... This is a case where I've gone through the legalities of the previous cases they've had against me, and I found out that what they've done is illegal. So I'm now bringing that to the High Court to challenge that. This is all to prove the state... I named my book Enemy of the State, so this is all to prove what they've been doing. But the most recent one is the case where... I'm at the airport, but the most recent one is the case where we're going to be looking at the CPS... Crown Prosecution Service or the media once we get the transcripts from the court trial. The most recent one, which is Darren Osborne's court trial, the cost of getting the transcripts is £2,500. £1,680 spent so far, and I have a predicted cost of upwards of £20,000 to take the case forward. But I have, that's the case I'm going towards with the police. That's a personal thank you from me, and anyone who would like to support that, you can do so via PayPal at mrstwatson@outlook.com. Other than that, I'm at the airport. I'm on the way to Germany. I'm on the way to Germany because 2 weeks ago a 15-year-old German girl was stabbed to death and raped by Syrian refugees. That was one of many attacks in one eastern German town. What's developed from that and what looks like the start of, I'd say you're looking at the start of what could be... We've had Pegida, and this is a similar... You're looking at the women. I don't know if you've watched the videos. The German women coming together to say, we are the women of Europa. We are under attack and no one is defending us. You sacrificed us. Our leaders have sacrificed our freedom. You've imported men who do not believe in women's rights. Yet you claim to be in defence of women, and you claim to be feminists. Yet you are the true enemies of women. So I want to go there because no British media will come here. They're not going to tell you what's happening on the streets of Germany. They're not going to tell you if looks like there's a revolution brewing on the streets with the German population. So we're going to go, we're going to interview people, we're going to spend the day at that demonstration on Saturday. On Sunday, I believe the AfD, Alternative for Deutschland, are electing a new leader. We'll be covering that. And then on Monday, we'll be covering a mass rally again in the eastern German town of Dresden. And it looks like, I'm looking in the next 2 weeks, it looks like 6 different cities the general public are marching in Germany. They're marching against the migrant invasion and the migrant violence that's been imported into their country. The fact that the women can no longer walk the streets. The fact that that women going jogging has now become the most dangerous sport for women in Germany. This isn't just Germany though, is it? It's Sweden, it's all across Europe. It's everywhere. So yeah, I'll be bringing you that report. Because when you can guarantee when the British media do decide to report on what's happening, basically 2 weeks ago 2,000 women marched through the town centre. Last week that number doubled. This week, let's see what happens. But when the British media decide to report on this, they'll tell you far-right racist protesters. They'll demonise and slander the group who are simply calling for restrictions and calling for safety that they've lost. So that's where we are. I'll be bringing you them videos. Those videos will be on the Tommy Robinson Show. Again, I want to say I've thanked everyone who's donating for my who's donating for the legal funds. I'll be holding I'll be videoing outside of each court case, giving you updates on what's happening. So far, Cambridgeshire Police have offered me 2 out-of-court settlements to not have the court case. They've tried to threaten me, not threaten me, but they've tried to say that if I lose the case, so that they're basically trying to say accept the money, because if you lose the case, you have to pay all of our costs. Watch the video. The only way I can lose that case if it's the judge has been got at. Watch the video. So that's not hot. Just got the end of that. Now, I solved the I'll wait till someone logs on. Not impressed, are you?
Not at all, man. Everything's shit. Food is the worst food ever.
Problem solved. It's that big, you can even still see the lump. Look at this breakfast. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Where's your sausages? Where's your bacon? Where's your black pudding?
No salt, pepper.
Where's your baked beans?
No mayonnaise.
That's the biggest thing. There's no salt, pepper or mayonnaise. There's ketchup. That's all that matters. Ketchup is king. We are still in Prague, and we're on our way to Germany. We're on our way to Germany to bring you a news report for my Tommy Robinson show, which will be a news report on basically what looks like a start of an uprising by German women. A young 15-year-old girl was brutally murdered and raped by Syrian refugees 2 weeks ago. Multiple other attacks. In the video I do for you, it will give you all the details of what's happening, how long it's been happening. It's happening 2 weeks each Saturday. It's happening again today. More demonstrations on Monday, more planned for next week. 5 different cities, I believe, next week. So, yeah, I want to give you a news report, unbiased, unlike the BBC, that's going to interview direct the people involved on the scene, why they're turning up, what's happening, and hopefully also I believe there's a leadership contest for the AFD tomorrow. I believe. I haven't even worked out our full itinerary of what we're doing.
May wants to bring more than
Yeah, I know all these people wanting more refugees. I'll be showing you a report of what bringing those refugees does. So the likes of Lily Allen and Gary Lineker can see just those effects of let them all in, till they kill your kid. Well, they've killed someone's daughter, killed multiple daughters. Loads of people have lost their daughters across Europe. Loads of people lost their daughters and been murdered. But yeah, I'll bring you that report. I'll keep you updated anyway as we go along through the day. The only way that I'm able to do this is for all those people who have signed up to help us. Indigestion. All those people who have signed up to help us with my show. It's a voluntary support base. Anyone who wants to support, you can do so at tommyrobinson.com. But that is what enables us to have the time. It's even what's enabled me to have the time this week to sit and wait and for 7 hours outside that dude's house, to sit with the police for 6 hours a day before, to do all of these things, to make videos, to come here. We're here now for 4 days meeting. We'll be doing a video every day, and I believe we're back out here again in 10 days for a mass rally. But we'll be showing you what's happening in Europe. Thank you for everyone, and if you're from the Czech Republic, what is that?
What is that? What is that?
That ain't breakfast, man. I don't think they're that bad, actually. I thought it was alright when I tasted it.
What's those things on it?
What's that?
What's those things?
I don't know, man. So major shout out to South Wales Valleys. South Wales Valleys, eh? I can't say the name, can I again? I'm not going to try to. So I'm in Germany, in eastern Germany. I'll show you the... And at the minute, all I see is police. And that's all I've seen since we started coming to this town is police. I'll give you a bit of brief history about the town. The town has a population of approximately 100,000 people. And then a few years ago, Angela Merkel invited half the Islamic world to join the German population. So now in this town, it's plagued with violence against the German people by the people that have been invited in, the refugees or the migrants, whatever way you want to look at it. I think this week you've seen, well, just this week in Germany, or in the last 2 weeks in Germany, you've seen a 15-year-old girl brutally murdered and raped by Afghanis. We've also seen a young 16-year-old boy slashed and attacked with knives. Think about this. You're in a town with 100,000 people. Luton has 250,000 people, and pretty much everyone knows everyone like you all from different areas. Everyone knows everyone that knows everyone. Yeah, so friends are friends. So in a town of 100,000 people, when a girl gets raped, or when a young lad is slashed and beaten, multiple people in the last week in this town, young kids and families, have been attacked with knives by gangs of Syrian refugees. So when that happens, you're going to know someone that knows them. So you have a community and all these people have been welcomed in, and then they start attacking your community. The school classes now in the schools, from none being here in the schools in the last 2 years now, 50% of the classrooms are refugee children, Muslim children invited in. Many of the children are starting school not being able to speak a word of German. So this town has really had a lot of problems. The Alternative for Deutschland political party were voted in. So Alternative for Deutschland were no political party at the last elections here. They formed as a new party and they won the election here. I think all the facts I'm telling you are right. When I do my actual proper video, it'll all be detailed. But yeah, I've just been looking at the history of what's happening here, and then what the media are saying is the violence is on both sides. The violence is on both sides. No. German women are being attacked, their children are being robbed and beaten with knives, and some German men have decided to stand up. That's how I'd more address it. So so I'm here today because what's happening in last 2 weeks in a city called Kandel, thousands of women have marched. The video for this event here was all women saying enough is enough, we must protect ourselves. We've been let down by the authorities. You've invited people into our country who you're fully aware do not respect women's rights. Yet the people who have invited them in, say like Angela Merkel, always bang on about women's rights, as though they're some sort of feminists. But they knew what they were doing. They knew that the men coming in from Afghanistan, from Iraq, from Pakistan, from Syria, they know that these men have a downward view upon women, believe they're inferior. They know that they hold views, extreme views. You just have to do any poll of those countries to see how the people think. They're backward. They're violent. And they've been invited in to live with the German population. So, yeah, the reason why we've come is because what I see this as a start of, which I want to detail, is the start of a lot of protests. When I looked at the dates that have already been put out, I believe there's another 6 cities where the people are coming out. And obviously the mainstream media, all you'll hear is the racists are marching. You won't hear why or anything like that. You won't hear why, just like you didn't hear for Darren Osborne's terrorist attack, you didn't hear about the 3 terrorist attacks or the Muslims blowing up the children or the women getting murdered and stabbed in their throats, and that he could have retaliated to that. You heard the media spin and the agenda of it. That I said don't look back in anger on a tweet. So with the same with regards to what's going to happen in Germany, I think, in the coming weeks and months this summer. So I want to give you the detail of it so that you're getting the truth. So I want to come here and speak to German people to try and understand what's happening here. Tell me what's happening. Why is it happening? And these protests just look like they're gaining momentum. And yeah, I'll say you're seeing the start of something big. And there's elections here again. 2018. There's some elections in the east of Germany, certain areas in 2018, which the AfD are predicted to rise and rise and rise. The AfD are a political party, for those of you who don't know. Basically, this country is ruled by the Christian Democrat Party, which is Angela Merkel. Now, the AfD are the party that all the media will call far right. They're the common sense party. They're the party of ordinary people like us. And there was no party till 2015. They formed in 2015 and they won the vote. We're in East Germany. They won in Saxony. They won in many areas from having no political party. Think about that. No political party, no groundwork, no funding, nothing. They formed and started telling the truth about this refugee invasion, migrant invasion. They started speaking up about what's happening, and that party spread, and really it was a political revolution at the last election. So yeah, they come second in East Germany, but they won, I'd say 25% of the vote in the country from nowhere. So, and they're only going to grow because, as we all know, the experiences the people of this town are facing are exactly what's going to face, because you've invited barbaric, hostile communities into your communities, and you're scratching your head when all the women are getting raped and all the kids are getting beat up. So I want to,
They've all got guns.
well, every police officer has got guns, yeah. So yeah, we're going to bring you the news. See you later. We do need a party here, but we have the first past the post system, which they don't have. So it was quite possible for them. It was more possible for them, but I think the 120 decibels movement. If you've all seen the video for that, I believe there's another mass rally on the 17th of February. And yeah, as I said, the reason why I feel it important is because when I went to Poland to cover their Independence Day rally, if you're an ordinary British person, you sit and read the national newspapers, you'd have read that 60,000 Nazis marched, and that couldn't have been further from the truth. So there's a need for other organisations or other people to come and actually show the people, no, this is what's happening. So if you're sitting at home and you're feeling that you're on your own, or no one's doing anything, then I want to show you that actually people are. You're not on your own. The whole of Europe is feeling it. It's bubbling. People are across Europe, in every country. The political parties that are gaining power in every single country are the anti-Islamic political parties. That is the future of Europe. This party's name, I'm not going to even try and pronounce it yet. I need to read it again. But it stands for Homeland's Future. The future of our homeland. Because the future of the homeland, that's what this demonstration today is called, I believe. Because the future of their homeland is at risk. If you say now that in the junior schools and the children's schools in this community, when there was none and now 50% Muslim, then you only need to skip forward the next generation to understand what that's going to do to this town. You also have in this town a population of 100% of 100,000 people. They are 2% above. They have 2% above the unemployment average, and they have a coal factory that's about to close. Now when that closes, the unemployment in this town, I think, will triple the national average of unemployment. 18 to 20% of people could be unemployed. Now if that happens, when that happens, you're then going to have a German population looking around at these refugees, if you call them refugees, economic migrants who are violently attacking them, attacking their women, and asking what the hell they're doing here. That's what I think you'll find. Yeah. Let's just show you the police. Ready? Do you know why I got this hat on? It's because it's cold, but look at this bad boy, look. Officer. So yeah, we'll I'll bring you some videos, and again, and I said it earlier, if you're just watching now, I want to say a special thank you to every single person who, the only way I am able to do this, which is as a team of us. I'm here with Kev, I'm here with Jack, Lucy's editing, she hasn't come here, so the video will go out when we get back for the next 3 days, but the only way we're able to do this, even if you just look at our flights cost £800, the rental car costs £400, hotels, and we're not, me and Kev are sharing, just so people don't think we're living it up. Me and Kev are sharing. Jack's staying with German friends for the next 3 nights, and yeah, we're travelling around to bring people the news that I think that the BBC won't be bringing you. So the only way I can do that is because we set up a voluntary donation system where people can come on and donate. And I know people don't think it, but you know, if some people are donating a pound a week, or a pound a month, or £2 a month, yeah, people think it's £2 a month. That's what gets us here. That's how we're able to do this. It's the only way we're able to do it. It's the only way we're able to do it. So if you're one of the people that has donated, a special thank you from us. And also, you're able to, if you watch videos and you think you like that video, or even the video that we just put out about finding that radical extremist, the only way I'm able to do that is because of you. So for me, I have a passion in wanting to do this. I couldn't be in a better position, or that I now am able to travel around supported, and bring people. I want people to see what I see. I want people to know what's going on in the towns and cities across the UK and across Europe. So yeah, that's a special thank you from me to everyone who voluntarily donates for this show. If you want to support it, you can you can do so by going to tommyrobinson.com. And as I said, people think as little as £2 is £2 a month. People might think it's not a lot. That's what gets us here, and that's what helps us. And yeah, we're meeting Lutz Backman later, which is great because Lutz is great banner, great lad. We're meeting Ziggy as well. Lutz is actually standing for election. You know, Lutz Backman, some of you may have seen, he spoke in Manchester with us, but Lutz is, I believe, is going to be standing for election. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you. Where can I... Hello. I'm trying to get you a spot that I can stand up so you can see. But, let's... If you're just joining this, give it a quick share. Let me quickly. We have a little while till this demonstration starts. What's very clear from speaking to people, trying to speak to people, I put the camera down. It's just like England. I put the camera down and everyone's willing to talk. I put the camera down and the women will tell you how they're scared. They'll tell you about the attacks that are happening to them. As soon as you ask them to go on camera, they'll say no because we'll lose our jobs. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It sounds familiar. But we have a few interviews so far, and I'll be bringing you a detailed video on it. But what I didn't realise, for anyone who knows the politics of Germany, Western Germany, East Germany, because we had the wall, because there was the wall, Western Germany has been brainwashed. Basically, it's had political correctness. It's pretty much just like our countries in all of Western Europe, whereas Eastern Germany isn't as politically correct. So Pegida, or the launch of Pegida, which started in Dresden, where we've seen 50,000 people marching, they've marched every Monday for the last 3 years. I'll be there on Monday bringing you their demonstration. Of course, the media don't tell you that tens of thousands of Germans are marching every single Monday through their city centre. But mainly, Pegida exploded in the east of Germany, not in the west of Germany. So there hasn't really been any big demonstrations in the west of Germany until last week, which is why a lot of German people say that they see this as very, very big, because in the west of Germany, no one's ever raised their voice about Angela Merkel's policies. No one's ever raised their voice or spoke up. People have been too scared. The level of political correctness and the level of fear in Western Europe, in Western Germany, is a lot different to Eastern Germany. The people in Eastern Germany understand what it's like to live under the communism. They understand what it's like to live under a totalitarian ideology. So they get it. They get what it's like not to be free. And I met last time when I went to East Germany, when I went to Dresden, I met elder German people who said, we've been here before, we've seen this. You can't talk about it, shush. Communism, okay? Now it's Islam. You can't talk, shush, you'll lose your job. It's the same. It's the same. So the Eastern Germans understand what it's like to fight for your freedom. They understand what it's like to want your freedom. They understand what it's like not to have freedom. Those freedoms are under attack across Europe. They're under attack with policies aided and abetted and supported by governments. So to see in Kandel, the city of Kandel, thousands and thousands and thousands of Germans marching over the last 2 weeks is a massive, massive thing for Germans. They feel like their country's uniting. Some people have travelled. It's a 6-hour drive to Kandel. Apparently some people from that demonstration are on their way here. They're coming here today. As I said, this could be the start of a big movement over the summer for the people of Germany. I'll get you some proper shots, but at the minute I'm too small. So look, you've just got everyone forming at the minute. People are forming. Hearing about the attack on a 16-year-old boy. So a 16-year-old boy was on the subway, and as he's walking, a Syrian refugee has just literally come up, a few of them, slashed him there. A kid opened him up. These are attacks that people in this town haven't experienced before these new incomers have come. People have had enough of it. People had enough of it. I'm speaking to women who say that they don't go out now when it gets dark. What are they doing to our towns? Anyway, I'll let you go. Jack, how do I say this name?
You live too, mate?
I'm live too. Say hello, Ziggy.
Moin. Hello to Britain.
Hello.
Heute sind wir tolerant, morgen fremd im eigenen Land. Heute
There's
sind
thousands
wir
here.
tolerant.
Thousands. Working? Yeah. So, I'm in Cottbus. Cottbus is a town in the east of Germany, a city in the east of Germany. What you're witnessing has now been developing for 2 weeks in Germany. People have been taken to the streets with many more demonstrations planned. They're demanding an end to the Islamic invasion of their country. It's a calm atmosphere. There's no Antifa with balaclavas on attacking them, which we'd see in the UK. It's massive. Look, this will go as far as you can see. And complete
Heimat, Freiheit, Tradition und die Endstation.
Multi Endstation.
I'll do the thing again, Jack, yeah, about where we are, yeah? We're in Germany still.
What's that?
What? Sorry, love.
No, I'm in,
Which mainstream are you part? What mainstream media are you part of? Who do you work for?
No, not mainstream media.
No, who do you work for?
I work for.
Who is you with?
It's okay. I just wanted to delete it.
You want me to delete our interview?
Yeah, because I can't speak that well. Hello.
Speaking quite well.
No, sorry.
no.
I think I didn't.
That's fine.
Come on,
Okay.
Please.
No, that's fine. Okay.
No, this is not okay.
Are
What
you?
you're doing is not okay.
No, what? Not
You're
what I'm.
filming and I'm not allowing it.
Not what I'm doing. I'll tell you. All I want to do, which is what I have done, is expose that people label people as far right with no evidence.
Can you please turn that off?
I'm
I
videoing
said
myself.
that now.
I'm videoing myself.
You're recording.
You was going
That's
that
what
way.
I'm
You
saying.
was going
It's
that way.
not
We're going
right.
this way. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, that's another person who wants us to delete the interview, delete the footage because her agenda was exposed. I've just basically spent trying to speak to the mainstream media. I've been following the media around and asking them questions. She was nice. That lady was nice, but she was nice the whole way through the interview until she realised when we get to the end that I'd say she's been proven that she's calling people far right with no evidence. And at that point, she wants us to delete the footage. I've also had, well, you'll see some of the footage anyway, but I've just been going up to mainstream media trying to ask them to justify their labels, justify what they're going to report, and what I found is that the German media are exactly the same as the British media. They lie, and they have no backup. When you ask them, I'm not deleting anything, which is what she was getting. I didn't want to upset her either because she was very nice. Hi lads. Are you mainstream media? Are you guys from the mainstream media?
What is mainstream media for you?
What company is this?
It's Stern-TV.
What's that?
It's RTL.
Oh, RTL.
Yes.
You know, like this demonstration, the demonstration today. Will you report that as being? How will you report that? How will you report the group of people? When you do your report, will you say it's a far right demonstration?
I wouldn't say anything in front of this camera now.
Why not?
Because I'm the person who is a journalist and I don't want to be interviewed now.
But you're a journalist, mate. You're a journalist. You interview people. You're a journalist. What's wrong? What are you scared of? What is wrong with these people, man? You're journalists, guys. You just know you're going to get exposed, man. What is wrong with them? That's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? I'm a journalist, so I don't want to be interviewed. I'm a journalist, I don't want to be interviewed. Mate, you're a journalist. I've had journalists today sticking their hands over cameras, pushing cameras. All because they know that after about 3 or 4 questions, they're just absolutely going to be exposed. They're going to have no answers. Once they admit that, yes, we're going to call these people racist Nazis and we're going to call them far right. I actually pulled one lady aside when I asked her, and there was an old lady walking past in the demonstration, so I said, tell me how this old lady's far right. She just went, and there was a young woman, I said, tell me how this young woman's far right. No answer. They've got no answers. Oh, I've had a good day in Germany. I'm here for 4 days, spending time with the leaders of these movements, bringing you reports on what's happening.
Vorstellung für ein gesundes Wachstum in diesem Land sicherstellen. Und das ist unsere Aufgabe, das ist meine Aufgabe. Ich selbst bin Unternehmer und gebe mir rund 500 Familien Lohn und Brot seit mehr als 20 Jahren. Und ich kann Ihnen sagen, ich weiß, was es heißt, jeden Monat aufzustehen und jeden Tag seine Arbeit zu leisten, um erfolgreich seinen Weg zu gehen. Und diesen erfolgreichen Weg, den ich bislang gehen durfte, den würde ich jetzt sehr gerne da fortsetzen. Als stellvertretender Schatzmeister meine Verbindung in Wirtschaft, in Politik, in die Gesellschaft weiterzutragen. Wir hatten gehört über diese Veranstaltung, die ich mit dem Dr. Klar gemacht habe, mit Maximilian. Wir hatten 150 Zuhörer, die 3 Stunden lang uns gelauscht haben bei der Auseinandersetzung der wirklich komplizierten Materien des gesamten politischen Umfeldes. Es war eine tolle Veranstaltung und wir haben uns vorgenommen, das wollen wir häufiger machen, damit wir mehr Menschen an die AfD gewöhnen, mehr Menschen mit den Themen der AfD in Verbindung bringen und damit für 2018 und 2019, das sind die zentralen Jahre, die jetzt vor uns liegen, eine große, erfolgreiche Kampagne starten, um bei der Landtagswahl im nächsten Jahr wirklich durchstarten zu können.
Just to give you the heads up on what this is, let me find somewhere quiet I can talk. This is hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. How you doing, lads? Nice to meet you. This is a leadership meeting for the AfD party in Saxony, the area of Saxony, which is in East Germany, where Alternative for Deutschland is a political party that was formed in 2015. Now, they formed in 2015, they won the entire election in this area. They won 28% of the vote. They beat Angela Merkel's party. What they've done in 2 years is a political revolution. In 3 years, it's a political revolution. There's more elections, regional elections in 2019. Now, I'm meeting MP after MP after MP here. This can shows what is possible. The leader of the Alternative for Deutschland party says that we don't just want to stop the refugee influx into our country. We want to prepare the ones that have come for going home. This is a party that speaks openly and honestly about Islam and about the need to stop it. So yeah, this is a leadership meeting. The new leader has been announced for this area. We'll be interviewing him for you. We'll be finding out the plans for the AfD, whether the possibility, which I think looks likely, that after in the next election the AfD could be in government, in control of government of Germany. That's a reality. So I don't think it is too late for Germany. The time I spend here, the enthusiasm you see in the people, you just have to look at the last election to see what happened, and it's growing and growing and growing. So it's interesting to come and see, and just to make you aware of, like, these are now a huge political group in Germany, and they're not bothered by political correctness. They're not bothered by sitting having myself interview them. They're open to it because they want to speak to the public. That 90%. Well, I just asked an MP here, was you ever involved in politics before the last election? No, never. So whereas in the UK we have all of the people involved in politics, they're all the same. They're all so out of touch with society. These are ordinary people who have launched into a new political party. The common man. That's what they represent. And yeah, it's incredibly interesting. Yeah. As I said, we'll be doing a proper video to introduce what's happening, etc. But there you go. You alright? The Alternative for Deutschland movement, which is what it is, it's a movement, it's more than a political party, I'd say, because I'll wait for more people to log on. continue about the red. So, yeah, the Alternative for Deutschland movement, a political party, formed in 2015. Sorry, I got cut off a minute ago because I had to go to speak to someone. But when you hear about this political party in any of the British mainstream media, you hear Nazis. That's what they'll label them as. You'll hear far right. You come and meet the people. It just exposes again how comical their lies are. These are ordinary people, ordinary German people who are fed up and concerned about what's happened to their nation, and they generally see the future of their country at risk and their children's future at risk, which it is as well. In reality, it is. What we witnessed yesterday in Cottbus, and speaking to locals there in Cottbus, which is an eastern German town, the explosion of violence they've received from the migrants that have come in. Today is the Alternative for Deutschland Saxony leadership vote for who's going to be their new leader. I'll show you the conference, but this is considering they only formed in 2015.
Wie war der Name nochmal jetzt?
Obviously we'll need translations, which Lutz Backman will be helping us with, but to see and to come and meet the ordinary people and to see the party and to be welcomed here as well, which would never happen in Britain. Can you imagine? Even UKIP were terrified to, Tommy Robinson, UKIP are a joke. And the reality is, this party is 90%. I asked an MP, I met an MP earlier, and I asked if he's ever been involved in politics before. Before this point, never had an interest in politics until the refugee invasion. So he said that 90% of their MPs are new to politics, which is what's needed. It's what's needed. It's needed. You need ordinary people from ordinary areas, not these sellout politicians, career politicians. Yeah, it's interesting to see. And again, I didn't get a chance. Again, I know I sound like a parrot if I keep saying it, but I want to thank every single person that signs up through TommyRobinson.com that signs up to support us, because if you didn't, I wouldn't be able to come back, and you'll get reports on each one of these days. Tomorrow we're attending another massive demonstration where the people are marching again. Do you know that next week there's marches every day. I'm going to come back out again on the 17th of February for the Women's March, the real Women's March, the real Me Too March, the real feminists. You know, the women who are marching because they're fed up of German women being raped and harassed. So, yeah.
Cheers. So Siggy's going to organise it?
Yep.
Yeah, I try to.
Speak to you in a little while. Yes, sir. See you later. Say hello, Ziggy.